We're in the countryside.
If you can't tell, we have changed the living room around a little bit. I did this a couple weeks ago on a whim, and I think the living room feels so much cozier, so much more homey. My end goal is to make the home more Nancy Meyers mixed with mid-century modern revival. That's my goal. Let me show you what we changed about the living room. Honestly, I have never liked how big our couch was whenever it arrived and we put it together. I was not that happy. I guess in my head, I just thought it was a different size. And mind you, when we got this couch, we were in a hurry to get a couch because we didn't have one at the time. We were like sitting in camp chairs when we first moved here. So we were just desperate to have a couch. And now looking back, I wish we would have waited to find like the perfect couch, but I mean, she still does her job and she's still great. However, one day I would like to get another couch. But in the meantime, this is what we're doing. So I want to eventually replace this side of the couch with two like mid-century modern chairs. And it's kind of funny, I have this blanket here because it has the raw upholstery underneath it. So I'm covering it with this blanket for now. Then this is the other side of the couch with the ottoman. I also have some fun pillowcases on the way because I feel like this area is just a little too whimsy, a little too cottagecore, and I want to mix, like I said, mid-century modern with my whimsiness. And this is kind of what we have going on with the coffee table right now. Then I love this little area I put together. And the wall is still a work in progress as I continue to collect souvenirs and plates. I want to end up covering a lot of this wall. But yeah, I feel like breaking up the couch instead of having it be one big ginormous couch really makes it feel more like a living room and way more cozy. I have so much ideas in inspo that I want to do that I've been saving on Pinterest, but obviously like that costs money. So it'll be a process. It'll take time. I guarantee this place will not look the way I want it to by the time it's ready to pack our stuff and move, which I'm going to be talking about that later because Josh and I have been talking about that a lot recently about moving. So we'll get into that later though. Our grapes are starting to bloom. This is like a little blackberry bush. I know it's about to start blooming because these big old thorns have started growing out. It's really cool. Last year it was like a big surprise because it was our first spring summer here, but we found out that we have an apple tree, a cherry tree, we have this grapevine, we have blackberry bushes, we have, I think it's figs or plums, and then we have this like red berry that I can't remember the name of as well. So we just have a whole bunch of edible plants in our yard at our rental home, which is crazy. I been using some new skincare recently. I've been using this Anua toner by Caudalie Always. This Eucerin eye cream, simple moisturizer, and this Skin 1004 SPF. I actually really have been liking this. I feel like it absorbs into your skin really well. And I just got this last weekend and I've only been using it at night. The Roche Posay Cicaplast. I don't know if you can really see it, but at this point I'm starting to think it's like dark spots and acne scarring. So one day I might need to do like microneedling or a laser treatment, but that'll be way down the road.
Me on your back. We're going to cactus through the arms, separate the feet, shoulders up, reach those weights down. Inhale, exhale, sweep it up. Left leg, right leg, drawing your belly down. You want to prevent it from dotting the toes down. Can you lift your chest higher? Lift, reach those arms. Inhale, lower. Right leg. Inhale, gently tap it down. Inhale, lift. Inhale, tap the leg and the arm. Place the arm down to the mat. One tricep push up. We come up. Full guide, adding on in 4. In 3. Back into that push up. Tuck the right toes. Pike it up. Left knee to nose. Lower the left. 4. 3.
Cheers. I've been trying to get more protein in, so I've been using this scale, and I think, don't quote me because I'm not a nutritionist, but I'm trying to get like 3 to 4 ounces of protein per meal. So I've just been taking a plate and weighing that out. It seems like a lot when you're putting it on the plate, but honestly, if you're gonna stay full throughout your meals, you need to have a lot of protein, because if not, then you're gonna constantly be hungry because you're not getting enough protein. I didn't realize you couldn't see the plate, but this is about how much chicken I have on there. Again, I'm not a dietitian or nutritionist or personal trainer, but within the last, I'd say 5-6 months, I have lost 20 pounds, which I don't talk about a lot on my channel because I'm not like a fitness influencer or, again, nutritionist, dietitian, but I do feel like my diet has been a huge part of me losing weight, and I do think that's because I have upped my protein intake and I'm eating more whole foods and I'm eating cleaner for the most part. Obviously, I still eat like cookies and donuts or McDonald's or something. I just don't do that as much as I used to. I don't know if that's something you're more interested in hearing from me, like my journey of losing weight and trying to live a healthier lifestyle. Definitely let me know in the comments, because I know I don't talk about it a lot, because I don't know if y'all want to hear about that from me. So if you do, let me know. It was supposed to rain today, but it's been surprisingly very sunshiny. It's a little cloudy right now, but I think just in case it does start raining, I'm gonna go ahead and take Bubs on a walk. So let's go do that.
Pretty soon our cherries will be ready. Also, I think these are the peonies that our landlord gave us to plant, and they're blooming. As soon as I said that, it is now starting to rain.
It's literally been sunny all morning, and of course the moment I go to take Butter on a walk, it starts pouring down rain. So our walk was a failed attempt, but I guarantee you by 3-4 o'clock the sun's gonna come back out, so I might try to take him on a walk again around that time. But for now, I'm gonna change clothes and probably do a little journaling and some reading. I just finished journaling and I kind of wanted to get into what I had mentioned earlier where I said I was going to get into it later. And this is what I was just journaling about a little bit too, because it really helps me just process my emotions and my feelings, and it just helps me like get off my phone and creative thinking, stuff like that. But Josh and I were talking last night, and this is something that we both have really struggled with, is obviously with him being in the military, we can't really have a 5-year plan. I mean, like we can have an idea of a 5-year plan, but when you have to up and move your life every 3 years, you can't really have one. And you're probably like, well, Peyton, you know what you signed up for, blah, 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 blah. Like everyone always says that, but actually living it is a completely different story. Like, yes, I knew what I was signing up for whenever we got married, and he knew what he was signing up for whenever he joined, but it still doesn't make it any less hard. And we have some really big decisions to make in like the next 6 months. Big life decisions, whether or not he's staying in or getting out, where we're gonna try to move to next, stuff like that. And so we were having a really deep, serious discussion last night about our future and our plans, and it's just really tough. And there's some things that he wants to really do with his life, but we're just trying to figure out how to get there. And like my end goal is to hopefully make content creation a full-time job. Like that's always been one of my life goals, because I love this community I'm building. I love creating content. I love being with you guys. So that's my goal. And we're also trying to figure out how to get there. And like one of my things is I've always wanted to live in New York City, and I have friends that live in New York City, and it would be really nice to live close to friends for once again. But obviously living in the German countryside has made me also appreciate that. So I would love to just live like on the outside of the city, like within 40 minutes to an hour outside of New York City. That would be a dream of mine. So we also have been talking about that. But again, like how do we get there? You know, because it's not just a point A to point B decision. Like there's a lot of variables that go into all of this. And I thought we had longer, but talking to Josh last night, I realized that we have 6 months to figure it out and decide what the next 3 years of our life are going to look like after making that decision in 6 months. But not being able to plan our future and not really being able to know what the next move is has been really hard recently. And we both have just been kind of exhausted. And since January, we've had like no routine. He's been going into work earlier, coming home later. So we are hoping with this new job transition he's getting that things will get a little bit better, but again, we'll have to see. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to just talk about how our future is really up in the air. That's kind of what's going on in my life right now, is we have some really big girl, big boy decisions to make about our future, and we're having to make them a lot sooner than I thought we were having to. And yeah, that's about it. But I think I'm gonna relax for a little bit, probably check some emails, check on my freelance work and stuff like that. And funny enough, about 10 minutes after I got home from it raining, it stopped and the sun is back out. So I think in the next hour or so, I'm gonna try to take Bubs another WALK since ours got cut really short. But anyways, I'll talk to you in a bit. I love the smell of coffee. Okay, perfect timing. While my coffee finishes percolating, I went ahead and changed because I'm about to take Bubs on a WALK. We can't say it or else he'll get excited before it's time to go. But yeah, I needed a midday pick-me-up, so we're making this iced coffee. I haven't made this one yet, so we're gonna have to see if it's good. And we're gonna attempt to go see the cows again. I'm gonna go up on this hill though to see if they're out, because when we were WALKing earlier, they were not out. We shall see. Fingers crossed they're out though, because I love seeing the cows. It's like one of my favorite things about living here. Let's give it a taste test. Yep. in the countryside.
A huge crane just flew over my head. I wish I could have gotten a video. It was insane. So I realized I said crane because I'm used to cranes where I'm from, but it was actually a giant stork, which is insane. I wish I could have gotten a good video of it because it was huge and it was right over my head. I'm kind of sad too because none of my usual farm animals are out today, not even my little chickens. So, no farm animals in this vlog, but next time I got you.
Last thing I wanted to talk about before I close out for today. So another thing that I actually don't talk about a lot on here is I am a book girly and I love to read. I don't read as much as I used to, but I've slowly been getting back into it. So I just wanted to share with y'all some of the books I've read recently, plus the book I'm about to start reading. So I just finished this book, Alchemised by Senlinyu, and wow. I try to always find TikTok recommendations or anything like that, and this was one of them. This book is tragically beautiful. Not a lot of books make me cry. This book made me cry. I will warn you though, if you do want to read this book, there are quite a bit of parts that are pretty graphic, like gory, and if that's not your vibe, I would not recommend this book. It is during like a wartime, and there are bits and pieces where even I was like, they did what? They're doing what? To the point where I have a very vivid imagination. So sometimes when I binge read a book or I'm reading a book, I'll dream about it. And I did have some nightmares about this book. But despite that, it's been a while since I read a book and it made me emotional. And this book did that. If you don't mind a little gore, a little graphicness, I recommend Alchemised. It'll break your heart. It's amazing. Because I just finished that when Josh and I went to Saarbrücken this past weekend, I picked up another book and I've never read this author either. Starside by Aster. Apparently this book is special because it's their first book where this is an adult fantasy book. Apparently they normally write young adult fantasy books, which I actually was about to buy that one. I think it's called Lark or something, and I was gonna get that one, but then I saw this and I personally just prefer to read adult fantasy now, or like adult fiction. I mean, I still love a young adult fiction book, but I decided to do this one, and I like how it has the lightning strikes on the side. I don't know. I love when books have details like that. So I haven't started reading this yet, so I can't give any details, but when I do, I'll let you know. I know I don't talk about books a lot on here, but I am actually a pretty big book girly. Anyways, it's about 6 o'clock almost, and hopefully Josh will be coming home soon, but like I said earlier, his work schedule has just been absolutely unpredictable and insane pretty much since January. So I just wanted to spend the day with you guys. It was a little rainy, it was a little not. I am sad that we didn't get to really see any farm animals today, but I guess just because of the weather, they didn't really have them out. I guess we'll just have to stay tuned about what our future is gonna look like and where we're gonna be moving to next. We still have a while until we move, so it's not gonna be anytime soon, but like I said, we do have to make a decision about it in the next 6 months. So some big changes coming in the next like a year, 2 years. We'll just have to see. So if you're interested at all or curious, or if you have any questions for me, definitely let me know in the comments. And if you want to follow along on my journey, I would love that. I hope y'all enjoyed this day with me. It was just kind of a cozy, more relaxed day, which honestly really needed because I feel like we've been on the go so much recently. So it's nice to just have a more relaxed day a little bit. So I love you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye!